Why are Isekai or Nisekai anime so popular? Like most people, I'm also a big fan of Isekai anime. And Isekai anime, these are anime that are about parallel worlds. Nisekai, two worlds, concepts of being transported to a different dimension, existing in a different reality, and sometimes even in a different body, or perhaps transgressing time and space to find yourself in a different place, in a different self, with different abilities and a different outcome, and the ability to rewrite your fate. It's actually anyone's guess why this genre of anime is so popular. I could rattle off a whole list of animes that I've been watching. The most recent one that I was watching, The Black Summoner, he abandoned his original memories, his original world, to come to this new dimension to gain new capabilities that put him at the top of the adventurer chain. When we think about where most of this anime comes from, or should I say all of this anime comes from Japan. Japan is one of those places where people live an extremely orderly life. From a certain age, the kids are already going to and from school by themselves. Parents are not allowed to send them off. They all wear a standard school bag, a very standard code of discipline, a very standard formality with other people. And this carries on into adulthood. For those of you who have traveled to Japan, you also know that after 11 p.m. or let's say by 1 a.m., this is where we can see the true nature of the people, because whatever before they get drunk is all repressed. But after they are drunk, the commonly seen as very meek and orderly people, they're often putting on a fake smile. That's when they're truly expressing themselves, either their frustrations, their joys, etc. For many people who treat alcohol or even drugs as an escape, it's also because these chemicals can hijack our mental senses to make us feel different about the current stimuluses that we have from our current world, to distort the data that we're receiving into our current mind. When I watch Isekai anime, I feel a lot of excitement, I feel a lot of anticipation for what's going to happen next. The fact that it is a parallel world or a different dimension keeps people on your toes, because anything is possible. In one of the recent Isekai anime that I watched, the main character was saying something like, "This wouldn't ordinarily work in the present day, but because it's this place, common rules do not apply. Therefore, this gamble shot will work out." Many people love Isekai or Nisekai just for this reason, because of sometimes the senselessness, the augmentation of the current world reality that is possible in an alternate dimension. It gives people a hope beyond their current lives. Like the people in Japan, they're so confined with order. If you go to Tokyo, Tokyo is one massively packed city, and the nearby cities around Tokyo, because land is so scarce, therefore accommodation is also very small in shoebox as well. So there's very little space and opportunity for people to really develop and feel free. It's needless to say that if not outside, the only way we can go is to turn inward. And the way to turn inward is to have, all these comics, manga, live action, movies, anime, games as well, that lets people engross and take away their present focusedness into their lives or the stresses of their lives and to put them somewhere else. You can call it like an escape. There's also another stereotype in society. It's called the otakus. The otakus are the people that they live for anime, especially Nisekai, Isekai, because it's like they're constantly thinking, what would their favorite character do in this life situation? How would their favorite character live their life? Or sometimes they go in search, watching series after series, to find characters that inspire them, that have some semblance to what they currently are, and based on that semblance, it can help them to bridge that gap to go to a different, better place in their life. Truth be told, I've been binge watching several isekai animes over the past week or so, especially because it's also my kid's school break and I do have a bit more time on my hands. While the stories often remain the same, the main characters do have certain differences in their personality their background, the way that they think. And by scripting it in these different ways, the writers and the producers of these animes are able to cater them to different common types of people that exist. For example, the common salary man, or the person who's like underpaid, or the person who wants more freedom, the person who has all these dreams and hopes that are often being suppressed by their parents and the people around them, or people who go through massive challenges in their daily lives just as they try to do their best, but they're still being frowned upon. They're still not accepted. They're not given the recognition that they deserve or the rewards they deserve. And there's also another brand of isekai that the main character has went to a previous timeline, a previous dimension from the one that they lived in. Maybe they came from present day, maybe they came from the advanced future, but going back in time to another place, another part of the world where there is no advancement, there's no electricity, but instead where everything runs upon magic and mana. When this character is brought back a couple of centuries in his previous life, he now has the opportunity to change certain things, to relive certain moments, and do them in a different way that can affect the future. This kind of theme in anime also serves to round up those of us who have some regrets in our life. And through the main character going through the series, living through his challenges, the hero's struggle, and bringing things into a nice victory, they're able to have the cathartic release of these emotions along with the hero's success. In my channel Inspire and Random, I make a lot of content about manifestation and bringing into the now the best version of yourself. To bring into the now the future that you desire. To bring into the now all the good things that you want for yourself and the people that you love. And a lot of this depends on how we call forth abilities that support these visions, these desires that we have. For whatever is missing, we have to raise ourselves in those areas. If we were to construct a house, that building structure would need support pillars. All the pillars have to be in place, and no pillar can be less than what it's supposed to be, because they all have to share the responsibility of this house. And likewise is your life as well. For every goal that you want, every goal is supported by pillars, or rather the qualities that make this goal possible. If the vision that you want to have in your current life is a house of 10,000 square feet, that would probably involve a high-paying job or business, a good steady stream of high-transaction customers, that your business also solves some major problems that give it a constant demand as well, so on and so forth. If you're like me at this part of the video, it's probably also because you want to manifest and you also love anime, manga, webtoon, etc. about the isekai genre of this nature. What if today you could embody, even if it's just in your imagination, what is the version of yourself that is required to achieve this goal? Because you've seen so much anime, you know what it takes, and you've seen so many main characters transgress time and space and abilities to be able to have a totally different outcome, a very desirable outcome in this alternate world than their real world. And sometimes when they go from this alternate reality back to their real reality, they're a changed person with new insights, new passion, a new purpose, and a determination that they would not have otherwise had. Same thing that you can do as well. We have the ability to access the isekai right here. There's been a term that I came across in my early days and I didn't even know about this word called manifestation. Deep trance identification. So deep trance, as in putting ourselves into a trance, we constantly educate ourselves through robotic affirmations, or constantly bring to mind the things that we want in this life. Constantly bring up a visual of the person or the finished product. And by being able to visualize where we want to be and what that looks like and what would be somewhere before that and before that and before that, we have now a blueprint of how we can get to that spot. So let all these isekai be like a tool for us. You know, as we watch, it's like, if they could do that, how can I possibly do this? Take on the inspirations that you get from isekai anime and apply them into your life. You are your life's main character. Never forget that. And what can you now do if you have the ability to isekai in your life as well? So share with me in the comments down below, where do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing in order to be in that position in your life that you want to be? For another great video, watch this one over here.